Mrs. Rosemary Carey. She is still conducting her full-time job. She's doing it on a part-time basis. I interviewed a possible candidate for the board secretary position. We're still looking for other candidates. With regard to technology, the individual that we hired, Mr. Trichetta, does have the skills to do that, but when he came into the position, I believe there was already a contract for those services. As of next year, he'll be doing the website. And with regard to the realty, I'll turn that over to the VA or our attorney.
Well, with him being in the interim position for right now, I think there was also a question about hour money and the SES school choice waiver. Page 2, letter N, he asked a question about. Someone could answer that. Approval to submit amendment to Title I grant to adjust the amount of SES school choice waiver. What amount, from what to what? You know, what exactly does that mean?
I know the general, but I know that the board attorney knows the specifics.
What page would that be? What letter?
2, letter N. While looking for that, the interlocal agreement discounts is about trash. We don't have a price, so there's an agreement for what's it costing.
While everybody's looking for different things, also with regard to transportation has been asked to come and do a full-fledged report, not just on cost, not just on bus routes, but also on projectile costs for the future going into 2013.
No, I think there was a specific issue on the table that multiple meetings in a row we had not allowed certain bus routes to be passed because there were some very serious issues and allegations that were being raised, and there was some specific requests of them to address that specifically and to be present to do so, or to address it with the Transportation Committee, specifically, not a broad view, specifically in on those routes, what happened with that discussion between the last meeting and this meeting. Well, no. We also asked for these employees of the district. We were assured that they were going to be addressed, have a meeting, and be brought. You know, I don't think you have any people in the Transportation Committee. Or can I get the anchor routes? I think so.
Through the chair.
Yes.
On Tracy's question on page 2, letter N, the agreement with the town for the school year was $175,000, going from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And I'm not quite sure what the approval to extend was, because I thought it was an agreement for the entire school year.
But I do think that your question concerning those bus routes and specifically what became of this situation, because I don't think you've got an answer here. I don't think that we should be at this juncture and still not have an answer for the public because we made a public display that it was an issue, and here we are again with I'm not happy with anybody's response to that question. That is not appropriate. I mean, the public should know why is it that we sat here and said there were some issues and now we don't have an answer. Did the issues go away? Are they now safe? Are they not safe? We can't say. That's a problem.
On which specific issues did you?
Well, there were some bus routes, and I'm not gonna name the bus company, and multiple, pardon me, Mr. Speaker? No, this is something else. And some specific bus routes were brought up, and multiple board members brought some serious allegations that they had from parents and people in the community about these routes. And for multiple meetings, we did not pass these routes. And the Transportation Committee was supposed to meet with the Transportation Office, and administration was supposed to assure us that this did occur. And here we are today sitting here, I don't know that it occurred.
That meeting occurred in executive session. That's what you're referring to.
Through the chair.
You weren't here then. He came down, Mr. Nagel came down, and his assistant, and Patty was there, goes there with a bunch of questions, and they all were addressed in executive session.
Well, I don't dispute it, but I wasn't in that executive session, so if that's the case, I'm just saying that it would be good for the community to know what the result of that meeting was, because that's what, I mean, if I had said that the first time, I would have been okay, but now I'm hearing that.
Well, through the chair.
Yes,
No disrespect to Mr. Cronhead, but
that was before the issue.
that is correct.
All right, thought so.
Yeah,
So, are you aware of this? I know that you did intervene somewhat last time we were having this discussion because you felt we need to get right to the issue. So might you have something that you could then?
I believe the board instructed the administration to review this with the Transportation Committee. I, as a matter of fact, believe we called it Sightler's Committee or something like
I
that.
believe you're right.
And in fact, that was supposed to be done with members of the public, as Mr. Tift and others have said. Let us not beat around the bush here. Apparently it wasn't done.
Can you be more specific? What?
Well, if you
Well,
There was supposed to be, if you recall, there was a discussion about how many times a bus company could allegedly be improperly transporting children. That's my paraphrase of that discussion. And I said, before you make a number, since none of you on this committee, including me, are busing people, that you should have expert opinion from your as far as I know. Should have transportation get together with members of the public and non-public to get their input, as well as the public. That was what was discussed. Right?
There obviously needs to be a review of this because my understanding was that the issues that were raised by the parents had been addressed. The issues that had been raised about a particular company had also been addressed. Obviously, it's being indicated by the public that that has not been addressed, so we have to, again, at the last private session, that's my understanding. I may be wrong.
I don't believe the
You are
public
wrong.
I don't believe the public is saying
Thank you,
that.
Mr. Inselva.
No, I believe what the public is saying is that they want to know what the resolution was, not necessarily that they're bringing new information as to their allegations of what's going on. We just said we were going to do something. It's not been done. We don't have any information.
Mr. President,
Yes.
you've made your point respectfully, and Ms. Silver respectfully to you. My recommendation as your attorney is there needs to be procedure and policy here. You can't just get up and bash one company, not that that occurred here or did occur. I have my take on that. But you need to have a procedure and policy so all companies are treated equally. So in the future, should there be such instances, we could have some procedure and policy. In fact, if you recall, I brought to your attention New Jersey statute, which speaks about lowest responsible and also speaks about that a hearing would have to be held with the county superintendent's attendance, should you feel. Does that bring a bell to some of you?
Well, all due respect, Mr. Attorney, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that we asked specific people to do specific things.
You did.
That is a separate issue. I understand that. I'm just saying that we said we were going to do something irregardless of what you're saying, and it wasn't done. And now
Correct,
the
sir.
community's coming at us and we don't have anything to say because no due diligence was followed. I think that it's sad.
It is sad. In fact, the administration was to meet with the transportation, with members of the public to develop this policy discussion. That does not fall under my bailiwick.
I know.
So assigned.
And I believe I made a motion in the whole giddy up, but we obviously don't have the minutes because they haven't been updated since May.
Well, that would go to the colossal waste of time. I was told who used to work here.
Oh, okay, I'm just saying, so we couldn't pull those up to show that I actually had this conversation and made a strong motion. I think they got seconded in the past and the like, and nothing's happened. So needless to say, Mr. Tiff, by the end of this week, no, this is a holiday, by the beginning of, when we get back, someone will give you and the community an answer, and it won't be that far.
Mr.
Thank you
Thomas,
for
so
reminding
there's,
us.
so there's not this abyss once again, or vacuum.
No.
Are you directing the superintendent to do what?
I'm directing the superintendent to do exactly what was stated at the previous meeting in the minutes.
All right, we'll get you we'll get the minutes
Thank you.
to the superintendent as so been directed.
I'm not going to try to remember what I said, but I know what I said. Thank you. All right, Mr. Ernesto
49.
49.
How you doing? Ernesto Organa, New Jersey Classic Soccer Organization. Since 2007, we're based out of Lakewood, New Jersey. Some of my members also do work at the Catholic Charity on 2nd Street, where the old libraries used to be, and also myself. We've been playing in Lakewood since 2007 without an incident.